questions after that.
It's good. First win for the Utes in postseason for a long time. I was really proud of what they did to endure the ups and downs of that game. There were many, but our offense really took control. I'm proud of them for controlling this game and winning this game, essentially.
Coach, can you just kind of walk us through the decision to pull Mariah after one inning and then kind of bring her back late?
Yeah, that was pre-planned. Get a lead, get Mariah out. I mean, we just said it all day. We said it all day yesterday. We said it the day before. So, and it's the right move. Our other kids are going to need to throw innings for us in the postseason. And if you just have plans to get through one game, then maybe you don't do that. But we have plans to go a really long way and win championships. And we're going to need a lot of pitching to do that. So to hand a good sized lead to a super senior, that's the right move. And she didn't pitch very good. Our team had her back and found a way to win anyway.
Carly, have you ever had that big of a day before? If so, when was it?
Not this year, not that I can remember in my collegiate career, but it was a lot of fun. I was glad I could produce for my team.
You would have had a triple, you would have had
I did know that after I hit the double, but I wasn't going to stretch anything to a triple.
Sophie, what was kind of the vibe on the bench there when they came back and tied it?
You know, our team doesn't ever get down. Our bench is always up and cheering for our pitchers, and we always have their backs, and Coach DJ is always on us for that. So yeah, we're just trying to be positive, and we can have belief in them. So
Did their resiliency surprise you guys? A lot of teams might have folded that.
no, not at all. Our team is very resilient, and we believe in them every second. So
I meant their team.
oh
They kept coming back.
yeah, I mean, every team in this postseason is good, so they're gonna give us competition, so we need to be ready for it.
Sophie, when did you feel like you were healthy enough to go today? Obviously, last game,
Yeah.
you had to leave early,
Mhm.
and today you had a good performance. But I think that you needed a pinch runner somewhere in there. How did you feel physically as well?
I felt great. You know, I've been working with our trainer the past couple days and doing exercises and getting strong and getting back so I can help my team out in any way I can. So yeah, I've been working the past couple days, and I felt great. Running's a little slower, but yeah, everything else is good.
Carly, what did you think of the crowd? It was like a circus.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was awesome to see that many people in that outfield. I expect more tomorrow. I want to see all those seats filled on a Saturday. It's just great to play at home.
We talked at FanFest months and months ago. Now you guys are here. Kind of felt at that time you had a good team. What have you seen from these girls in the lead up to getting to this first game in CAAs?
Yeah, we talked about that, didn't we? I think it was September. Yeah, I mean, they had all the pieces. I'm pretty sure that's what I told you then, and I'll tell you that now, which means, you know, we have defense and speed and pitching and power, and they, like these guys have alluded to, have a lot of confidence in themselves and each other, and they're having a good time playing the game that we love. And if you don't see that or feel that, then you're not paying attention. Like the word I got the most when we won last weekend was your team's really inspiring and it's fun to watch. And, you know, even though we had, you know, our ups and downs today, this is what postseason is about. And on that day that we talked, I told you they had a lot of things, and being tough is one of those things that was still on the table to find out. And I didn't know at that time. I only knew that they were good athletes, and I knew if they learned how to train hard and play together and like each other and have fun and endure this season that we do, it's a marathon, right? Then they would have all the pieces to make a run, and they've proven that. They've proven their level of toughness, and really proud of what they've done. And this is a huge win. Every one of them is at this point.
You mentioned that you weren't sure at that time how tough they were. At what point in the season did you kind of go, okay, like these girls are resilient, they're tough, we can kind of get through anything?
Well, there were times in the fall. So I talked to you early fall, and after we got through our fall training, and late in October when we did a really hard challenge for them physically. I realized there was something different. And that's when I started saying, we're gonna win a lot of games. So then when they started winning in February, I wasn't surprised and thought, if we can just like each other long enough, we've traveled like to 10 trips already. So and they do, they're working hard on that too, making sure they get along and support each other. And they don't really care who's the hero on the paper and who's in these seats, as long as the Utes win, then it's a good day.
Amy, what was your message when the Salukis battled back and tied it? What was your message to your?
Oh, I had to do a couple of those messages, right? Because they had a couple of innings that were big. But mostly I knew if we stayed calm and had innings to swing the bat, then we'd be fine. If we panicked at all, then we'd be in trouble. And there were times I saw a little bit of panic, and that was the only time I'd bite anybody, and I did a little bit of that. But mostly it was keep the bats going, because there was a lot of that side of the game that was absolutely fantastic. So they ran the bases well. They hit the ball well. Every single kid in our lineup produced something. One of them didn't get a hit, but she got a sac bunt right there at the end that helped us score that go-ahead run that ended up being the winning run. So everyone helped us win, and I'm really proud of them.
Carly kind of bailed you out with that 2-run. It was double. Because of the base running deal, what happened there? Was that just a communication problem?
Which
The
one?
runner was at third and they bobbled the ball in the outfield. I think it was a pinch runner. And it looked like she was gonna go, and then went back and.
Oh, we do that on purpose.
what do you
Some
think?
of that. One, yeah. I mean, depending on which one you're talking about, but we did some hot box things on purpose. We did some things there to try to draw a throw. We practiced that and try to get a run that way. But there was one time when there was a slide at third where we probably could have scored if she stayed on her feet, but she slid at third, and by the time we got her back up, we couldn't score. So I don't know which one you're talking about.
I think that's, and then.
Okay, yeah, she had already slid. Once she slid, the play was behind her. Once she slid, it was too late to get up, so. And then we tried to backside cheat them, but didn't work, so it didn't hurt us.
Coach, how would you assess your team's defense this afternoon?
I was proud of them, especially Juju over at third base. You know, she didn't have her best day at the plate and went out there and made some big plays defensively, including in that last inning. They had a little one that was a tough one to play, and she stayed calm, made a great throw. And when we're playing for outs right there, we need to pick it up and make that play. And we talked to our pitchers about that they were going to put balls in play. We need to field our position well, and we made all those plays on the balls up the middle. Pitchers, that last one was spinning too. So for Mariah to stick a fork in that last one and make that play was huge.
What'd you think of the way Sarah Ladd pitched today?
Yeah, we put her in a real tough situation, right? I'm pretty sure his bases loaded, nobody out, and so go out there and help us. I think she did good for a while. I think that just like Sid, who came in relief, they just weren't sharp enough. There were some good pitches in there. There were a couple of quick innings that we got through with Sarah that were great. But they didn't close well enough. And so there were times both her and Sid weren't their best today. But they're fighters. They'll come back. We have to use them, and we have to believe in them. And they've shown us that they're worth believing in. They've trained hard, and we weren't all great everywhere on the field. So, you know, we have to understand that happens and have their back, and we're going to need them, and we need them to recover.
What do you think of the matchup with Ole Miss?
Oh, I haven't gotten into that yet. I mean, really, I can't wait to, though. I mean, I know they won. I watched part of it. But I know if we make some of the mistakes we made with pitches today, we'll pay for it, just like we did today. So our pitchers need to sharpen up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, every team's going to be good. I think they've been playing about as hot. So it should be a good matchup.
Carson. Sixth.
Yeah, it felt great. After I hit it, looked over at my dugout, they're pretty fired up. I was just glad to be the one in that situation, but if anyone else was in that situation, I have confidence that anyone could have gotten that done, but it felt great. Yeah.
Any more questions? All right, thank you.